What if I told you we've been growing food the wrong way for decades? Modern agriculture often fights nature, but there's a system that works with it. It's called permaculture, and it might completely change how you see food, soil, and the future. Permaculture is not just gardening. It's a way of designing systems that mimic natural ecosystems. Instead of forcing plants to grow, we observe how nature works and follow its patterns. In a forest, nobody digs the soil. Nobody adds synthetic fertilizers. And yet, everything grows, thrives, and regenerates. Why? Because nature doesn't waste anything. Everything becomes a resource. Now compare that to modern agriculture. We plow the soil, destroying its structure. We use chemicals that kill microorganisms. We grow monocultures, endless fields of one crop. And over time, the soil loses life, water retention decreases, and yields become dependent on external inputs. In simple terms, we are extracting from the soil instead of building it. Permaculture flips that idea. Instead of taking, we regenerate. Instead of controlling, we cooperate. And instead of fighting nature, we let it do the heavy lifting. One of the simplest and most powerful techniques is the no-dig method. Instead of digging the soil, you cover it with layers, often starting with cardboard. This suppresses weeds naturally, protects soil organisms, and allows the structure of the soil to remain intact. Because here's something most people don't realize: healthy soil is alive. It's full of bacteria, fungi, and networks that communicate with plants. When you dig it, you destroy that entire system. Another key principle is mulching, covering the soil with organic material, like leaves, straw, or grass clippings. This simple step protects the soil from drying out, prevents erosion, feeds microorganisms as it decomposes, and over time, it builds rich, fertile soil, naturally. Now here's something fascinating. Permaculture doesn't just grow plants, it creates ecosystems. When you stop using chemicals and disturbing the soil, life comes back. More insects, more pollinators, more earthworms. And earthworms are especially important. They aerate the soil, improve structure, and help retain water. In fact, a healthy soil ecosystem can hold significantly more water, which makes plants more resistant to drought. And speaking of water, there's a technique used in permaculture called swales. Swales are shallow ditches dug along the contour of the land. Instead of letting rainwater run off, they slow it down and allow it to soak into the ground. This simple idea can completely transform dry land. More water stored in soil, less erosion, and stronger plant growth. In some projects around the world, swales have turned dry, degraded land into green, productive ecosystems. Another powerful concept is using nitrogen-fixing plants. Some plants have the ability to work with bacteria in their roots to capture nitrogen from the air and store it in the soil. This naturally fertilizes the environment. Examples include Siberian pea shrub, Caragana arborescens, and certain types of acacia. These plants support surrounding crops, reduce the need for fertilizers, and create healthier growing systems. And here's where permaculture becomes really interesting. It's not just about growing food. It's about designing systems where everything has a function. A plant can produce food, attract beneficial insects, improve soil, and provide shade, all at the same time. There's even a principle that says, every element should serve multiple functions, and every function should be supported by multiple elements. This creates resilience. If one part fails, the system still works. And the best part? You don't need a big farm to start. You can apply these ideas in your garden, on your balcony, or even in how you choose food, because permaculture is not just a technique, it's a way of thinking. Today, more and more people are rediscovering these principles. Why? Because we're starting to see the limits of industrial systems. Soil degradation, water shortages, declining food quality. Permaculture offers a different path. A slower one, a more natural one, but also a more sustainable one. And here's a thought to leave you with. In nature, there is no waste, no excess, no destruction without regeneration. Everything is part of a cycle. Permaculture reminds us of something we've forgotten. We are not separate from nature. We are part of it. If this changed the way you think even a little, leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to @TRINITY because this is just the beginning. See you in the next video.